I turned 33 in 2022 and I went through 11 life-changing moments, events and decisions this year. And the first one is, I turned 33. And this may sound trivial, but it's not. Not for me, it is special. See, for the longest time I've said things like, everything after the 20s is just meaningless. I even told my then girlfriend, I don't want to grow old. Which is not a smart move, by the way. But that has changed. A lot. I always thought I would reach a point when in retrospect my current life would simply suck. But that point never came. Life certainly did not get easier or less complicated, but that's life. And in summary, things only ever got better. And this year, this video and these 11 things that I'm sharing with you are proof for it. In a time where anxiety and depression seem to be more present than ever, this gotta be worth something. So if you're in a point in life where you feel like it starts to go downhill, give it some time and prove yourself wrong. My last living grandma is changing, and there's nothing I or anyone really can do about it. She starts forgetting, even forgot who I was for a brief moment, and it's probably just a question of time until she forgets me entirely. I don't really feel comfortable sharing any pictures or footage here, even though they would help to tell the story, but that's beside the point. The point is, time is valuable, memories are valuable, relationships are valuable, and there's nothing in the world, not even you, that can or will ensure whether and how long you can keep those to yourself. The only thing you can really do is to use your time as wisely as you can and make as many photo album-worthy memories as you can and care and hone the relationship that you have built and will build as much as you can. And don't believe the economists of the world. Quantity won't satisfy. Quality counts. There was something Kat and I really wanted to try. It's called co-living, and we learned to love it. I thought co-living is an experience, but I have found that it's more of a lifestyle. Working and living together with strangers that after a really brief time don't feel like strangers at all. These two experiences changed my perspective on a bunch of things. They changed my perspective on the meaning and mechanisms of community. They changed my idea of self-worth and what it encompasses. It changed the way I work, and it changed how I want to live my life drastically. Or to put it short, it inspired the shit out of me. And you might think this may have been a one-time experience, but the second time around it only proved my point so much better. This is something we started this year, something new, something I'm really into, something that gets me excited. And I can only hope that, maybe not each year, but every once in a while, life rewards us with this much energy and inspiration for being brave, putting ourselves out, and trying something new. Kat and I have been a couple for over 15 years. We're kind of getting close to 16, by the way. And we lived together for, I honestly don't know. We've also been engaged for almost 3 years, so it was about time. One thing Kat and I knew about how we wanted to celebrate our wedding was, we did not want to do what was expected of us. We did not want to throw a huge party that will cost us a fortune and bless us with stressful days on end just to host an event that's supposed to be about us, but ends up being all about how it looks to the others. So we kinda did the opposite. We rented a hut in the Alps of Austria and celebrated with a handful of chosen people, only our closest friends and family. And every time I go through the photos of this day, I'm just so incredibly grateful for everyone who showed up and what they all together have contributed to this day becoming one of my most meaningful memories. Not by doing something particular, but simply by spending 3 beautiful days together with us and celebrating life and love. And if any of you watch this, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Ever since trying van life for the first time in New Zealand, where we got engaged, it has been our dream to travel and live in our own home on 4 wheels. And this is kind of a 2-in-1 thing, because we live in a van now, full time. This is the first time ever in both our lives that we do not have a home other than the place we travel to, and in, I guess. And I'm just realizing how absurdly fast this has become the norm for me. But yeah, this is what we do now. We travel, work, and live in a van, and in all of Europe in a way. I met a fellow YouTuber and accidentally deleted a clip of meeting him for the very first time, and we filmed our first collab. YouTube, despite what most people think, despite how glorified it is a lone game. And every single person I know that creates content, whatever the fuck that means, that publicly creates media for the online world, that sounds official. Every single person I know, I only know from the internet. I mean, okay, I met the people who inspired me to start this journey, and I met a few other people briefly, but I never properly hung out with them and created something with them together. It definitely has been a process of figuring out how to even make this happen, but having experienced this once, I'm pretty sure that this is something I would like to pursue more in the future. And since we're kind of mobile with our home, that only makes things easier. Also, even though none of us have posted our videos yet, make sure to check out Nico's channel. He's just one talent of a filmmaker, and definitely check out his doc and spec work. Seeing him work was actually pretty humbling, and now after we met, I know that he has imposter syndrome, but I am one. Not a syndrome, the other. That's right. Not I am the best man. I ain't no narcissist. My best buddy got married and they actually had to push off their wedding for almost 3 years because we all know it. So it was so great to see it happen eventually and being part of it and hopefully contributing something. I at least gave it my all on the dance floor and the bar, as Kat can testimony. But this point really speaks to something I need to get better at. Ever since my new lifestyle has taken me out of the town that I grew up in, I've just become really bad at maintaining some of my oldest friendships. And I've spoke to this point earlier. This matters. It matters that Mike, that's his name by the way, lives a different life than I do, and that he's still my friend. That there are things that I am inspired by in his life. Even though, looking from the outside, it may be me living the highlight reel of a social media life, but that, trust me, really is not what you want. What I want sometimes is to live a life like my buddy is living it. I did not work for a full year, and I'm not sure whether this has been such a good idea or not. I have been inspired by Matt Diavella's YouTube course, so I decided to go for it. And it's not like he tells you to do it, that was completely my responsibility. So yeah, what I have been doing this year mainly was this. And it has been fun for a while, but it almost unavoidably turned into a seriously stressful pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong, I still love this. I love making videos, I love creating, I'm in love with the idea of becoming an independent artist. But I hate this social media shit. And I don't know any other way to say this. I know it is the name of the game, I know I shouldn't compare myself. I know. But I'm just so frustrated by seeing only success stories all around me because it is literally what the algorithm selects for and presents to me, while on average, most people just like me might not make it. Not immediately, at least. Not this year. Maybe next year. We knew we did not want to spend winter in a van in Germany, because why would anyone stay in the realm of rain, grey and cold for months to come while living in a place that can move basically any way you want it to? We knew we wanted to go south, but not where exactly. Until we got in touch with these two and then started moving, and now are actually spending the winter in beautiful Sardinia. And if you want to know what that has been like so far, I've made a video about it. And if you would like to know what it is like to spend even more time here, that video is coming up next year. Okay, I'm just putting this out there, I guess. I will start working next year on my first real documentary. Not a short film, not a YouTube thing, like an actual real film. And I don't know what it will take. I actually really don't know much. It's just one thing I really feel like I need and I really want to do in my life right now. This year has showed me that 11 life-changing moments, events and decisions in 1 year are really not that much. There's been so much more, so much I left out, so much that has happened in between and is still unfolding. And by now I know that if you really want to make something happen, if you want to change your life, you start with one thing and the rest will follow as long as you follow through. So, what will you do?